Namaste, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Mike Hawley Yoga from the beautiful Yoga Sanctuary. If you're new to this channel, just hit that subscribe button at the bottom and you'll get all the updates. Hit that like button at the bottom too, just to show that you dig this video. What we're going to go over today is bridge pose. We're going to go over some of the fundamentals in bridge pose and also how to use isometric movement in this posture to deepen it. Now, if you're not warmed up, I suggest hitting pause on this video, scroll down and find that easy yoga video, and do 2 or 3 rounds of that sun salutation A to warm your body up. But if you've already done a little bit of yoga and you're warmed up, we can move right into this. Okay, so what is isometric movement? Isometric movement, when I use it in yoga, is a movement without a movement. So it's kind of like a scrubbing action. You'll hear teachers say that, especially if you're in a big group class, and you'll be like, what the hell do they mean? Well, what they mean is if I'm in a pose called staff pose, which we're going to do at the end too, which I'm going to back myself up here, and I'm taking isometric movement here, I'm pushing my hands into the mat, and I'm scrubbing them away from me. So that's the action, right? So the left hand pushes into mat, and it scrubs away. Nice. Why don't we try that together before we move into bridge pose? Let's all come into staff pose, Dandasana. Let's place the hands by the hips. Let's take a tall spine, shoulders relaxed, and let's push the hands into the mat, and now lightly scrub them away. Remember, it's not a big, harsh movement. It's about 20% that I'm looking for. Nice. What you should feel there is this muscle called the serratus anterior starts engaging, right? So we're all of a sudden taking this beautiful posture of Dandasana and deepening it. Hands press into mat, hands scrub away. I don't want you pushing into the mat so you're lifting up the buttocks or anything. I just want you lightly pressing hands in, lightly scrubbing them away. Okay, so that's the isometric movement I'm looking for inside bridge pose when we get to it. So let's bend the knees and bring the feet to the mat. And you're going to move yourself so you can have the whole mat to work with for the most part. And you're going to roll yourself down. So we're going to come onto our backs. And what's going to happen is once you're on your back, you're going to have the feet about hip distance apart. Now, what I like to do here is I like to make sure I can tickle the tips of my heels with the tips of my fingers. Beautiful. That's brought the feet in enough and align them for the most part with my glutes. Now, a lot of the times in a yoga studio, what you'll find is people want to get that same isometric movement with the hands that we did with the legs. And they'll tell you to grab a block and stick a block between your thighs. You know what I say to that block? Screw it. Let's tuck the shoulders under. Nice. Once you're there, we're going to raise the pelvis off the mat. Once you raise the pelvis off the mat, you can stay here with the palms on the mat. Let's even all stay here for this first round. Now, one of the keys to this posture is the breathing. As you enter bridge pose, you're going to inhale and fill the lungs to a comfortable capacity. And I try to have this slow, steady exhale. Nice. Let's do 4 of those, right? Inhaling completely. Exhaling slowly. Nice. 3 more, everybody. Nice, slow inhale. Nice, steady exhale. 2 more. Beautiful. And just one more time. Nice full breath in, feeling a nice lift in the hips, contraction of the glutes and back. On your exhale this time, you're going to lower the middle back, low back, down. Okay. We untuck the shoulders, and I like resting my hands on my abdomen. I don't have any movement at this point. Now, the back is going to relax a little here. The reason I threw that block out is you don't need it. If you know how to do isometric movement properly with the feet, you're going to get the same movement with the legs and thighs that you do with that block on your own. So that's a good thing. Let's try it again with the isometric movement. So what we're going to do this time is you're going to take the outside edges of the feet and scrub them towards the outside edges of the mat. So a very similar action that we did with the hands, where we pressed the hands into the mat in Dandasana and moved them away from the hips, we're going to do that with the feet now. So let's see how that works. Let's tuck the shoulders under. Let's inhale, raise the pelvis off the mat, and then I tuck the shoulders under again, which you can see starts to give me a really nice lift here. Next, let's take our hands this time and interlace them behind the low back. Great, now we're getting this really nice lift. I might even tuck my shoulders under again. So here you're in bridge pose. Now let's get that action. Let's push the feet into the mat and scrub the outside edges of the feet towards the outside edges of the mat lightly. What you should feel is that same action of the block being between the thighs by using the isometric movement. So feet push in, feet isometrically scrub out. Nice, let's add the breathing in here. Nice full breath in. Nice slow steady breath out. Beautiful, let's take 3 more like that here now. Feet pushing in, scrubbing out. The inhales are driving into the upper bronchioles. The exhales are dissolving all that beautiful energy evenly through your whole body. Pushing feet into mat, scrubbing them towards the outside edges of the mat. All right, one more, everybody. Nice full breath in here. Inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Exhale, releases the hands, lowers you middle back, low back, and down. Hands come to abdomen. Nice. So you can see bridge pose, which is a beautiful back bend. All of a sudden, we can deepen it with 2 things: isometric movement, and with really paying attention, being aware of how we're using our breath. What I like about the breath is the deeper you breathe, and I don't like forcing the breath up into the upper bronchioles, but a nice deep breath into the upper bronchioles is going to help extend the back a little more, or contract it, back bend you. Okay, so why don't we try that again? And if you didn't pick up on it the last time, remember the feet push into the mat and scrub to the outside edges of the mat. So it's light, not harsh, 20% engagement there with that. Let's tuck the shoulders under. Beautiful. Let's bring the hips up off the mat, and let's tuck the shoulders under again. I'm going to interlace my hands behind my low back. And again, I like getting a nice tuck of the shoulders. It works for me, so I get this nice lift. Now I'm going to push my feet into the mat, and I'm going to scrub them towards the outside edges of the mat. I'm going to take 5 steady cycles of breath here. Nice full breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. 4 more of those. Feet pushing in, scrubbing to the outside edge of the mat. Inhale, the upper bronchioles are starting to move more and more. Exhales are slow and steady. Beautiful. 2 more for me, everybody. Awesome. Nice big breath in here for this last one. Inhaling up, 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 up. On the exhale, I unlace the hands. I lower middle back, low back, rest. I untuck my shoulders, and I rest my hands on my abdomen. I take no movement here. I let this back relax fully. I watch the movement of the abdomen rising and falling. I notice the effects of this posture on my physical body. And I notice the effects on my emotional body, right? My mind. Remember, as the Yoga Sutras tell us, as far as asana goes in the 8 limbs of yoga, you just need one posture you can hold steady. Steadiness comes into the body, steadiness comes into the mind. So, all we're going to do now is, because I want to bring you up and show you a couple points in twisting, we're going to roll you over to one of your sides, and you're going to pause for a moment. And you'll pause in this fetal curl. And then you're going to push yourself up and bring yourself up to a seated position. Excellent. Let's extend the legs out in front of us and give the legs a nice shake out here. Beautiful. So after a back bend, I like twisting to help release my back. So I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to bring my right foot over my left leg. The right foot's on the floor. Now as I take this, I'm just going to wrap and twist. I'm going to bring my left hand around my right leg, and my right hand comes behind my low back. Now there's a couple points here inside this twist. A lot of the times we just let that left foot slack out. I don't want that though. I want you to be nice and engaged here. So we're going to lightly dorsiflex that left foot. Tall spine. And then we're just going to work the breath through this. So inhale, you sit nice and tall. Exhale, we rotate over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Let's take two more like that, everybody. Inhaling, lungs inflate, spine nice and tall. Exhaling, we rotate. And one more time for me. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. Nice. So let's uncross the legs. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take that on the opposite side. So you're going to bend that left knee, left foot to floor. I bring my left foot over my right leg, and I allow the foot to come to the floor. I wrap and twist over that opposite shoulder. Now there's a couple points here I can make with this one. As you twist over that left shoulder, I want you to use the hand wrapping on that left leg as a pivot point. So again, that right foot dorsiflexes, tall spine, inhale, sitting nice and tall. As you exhale, let's use the hand on the leg as a pivot point to help you twist. Now you never want to take it too far in these twists. You want to work with where you are in your physical body. And let's take two more breaths like that. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhaling and rotating. Beautiful. One more time for me, everybody. Awesome. Let's slowly relax and come back to center. As we come back to center, let's shake those legs out. Why don't we try that idea again with the right side, just so we can get that idea of using a pivot point in the twist. So let's bend that right knee. Let's bring the right foot over the left leg. Nice. And we're going to wrap and twist. Now we're going to dorsiflex that front foot, nice and tall in the back. And it's this hand into the leg that's going to help me twist into this. So inhaling up, exhaling and rotating. Beautiful. Two more times, maybe finding a little more twist here on these exhales. And one more. Nice. Slowly coming back to center. Let's uncross the legs. Let's bend the opposite knee, opposite foot to floor. Let's wrap and twist over that shoulder. Once again, finding the inhales, lifting nice and tall. And on the exhales, I use the hand or the arm into the leg to rotate me over that left shoulder. Two more breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, and rotating. One more time for me. Nice. Let's slowly come back to center. Let's uncross the legs. Okay, so let's come back to where we were in the very beginning of this practice, this session. Dandasana or staff pose. Let's bring the hands by the sides, by the hips. Now I dorsiflex both feet. Now you can do that in a lot of these forward folds, right? A lot of the times I see people just the feet are really relaxed, but light engagement goes a long way. Tall spine, feet lightly dorsiflex, chin parallel with floor. Let's push the hands into mat, scrub them away from the hips. Now you should feel that serratus anterior start engaging here, right? So inhaling, lungs inflate. Exhaling, we're pushing hands into mat and scrubbing them away. Let's keep that action going and just work the breath here. Nice full breath in, lungs inflate. Exhaling, let's add the core on this time, drawing abdomen in. Remember the whole time, hands are pushing in, scrubbing away from hips. Two more breaths for me, everybody. Inhaling, lungs inflate. Exhaling, drawing abdomen in. One more for me. Nice full breath in. On the exhale, let's relax everything. Nice, let's sit nice and tall. We'll take one gen more forward fold here, but we're gonna come into a very light Paschimottanasana. So we're gonna walk the hands out in front of you, tall spine, feet dorsiflex. Nice, now you might be new to yoga, and you might see a lot of people take this really deep forward fold, grabbing their toes. I'm not concerned about that at all today. I'm just concerned about length and coming forward. Beautiful. These are the 2 points I want. Length and back of body, coming forward. Now let's pause there. Let's bring the chin parallel with the floor. Let's reach the heart towards the toes. And let's take 3 steady cycles of breath. Full breath in here. Slow breath out. 2 more for me like that, everybody. Nice slow breath in. Beautiful. Exhaling gently. 1 more time. Let's relax everything. Let's slowly sit you back up. Let's bend the knees just to take the tension off of anything. So now that's a beautiful practice right there. Bridge pose with isometric movement, Dandasana with isometric movement, and then just a really nice gentle forward fold. So take the easy yoga video, take this bridge video, and then really after you do that, maybe sit quietly for a moment and just notice what happens when we bring steadiness to the body and watch how it brings steadiness to the emotional body. Keep practicing, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in our next yoga session. Namaste.